Good morning, you beautiful people. My name's Sean. Welcome to my channel. I would like to introduce the Bezgar 7. Bezgar 7. The 7. This is a car that's been requested by a couple of people that I reviewed. The reason being is a very simple one. There's a lot of parents out there that don't want to get one of the orders sort of placed with the Chinese companies. Now, while I don't agree with that, because I've ordered lots and lots and lots and lots from China, I can understand that there's also the issue that people have with having to deal with import taxes and obviously waiting the long time. And as you know, children are quite impatient, and when they say, "Mum, Dad, can I have please a..." they want it sort of then and not sort of 7 weeks later. So I picked this up, I paid for this myself, and I wanted to see how good it is. Now, the reason I picked this one was there are two types of RC cars. There's three types of RC cars. There is the toy grade, and that's the type that have pretty much nothing that you can adjust. All of the electronics are hidden away in a box. You can't remove the battery. That would be toy grade. Then you've got the next step up, which is hobby grade, where you can start to change a few things. If something breaks, a motor or a speed controller, you can usually just replace one part of that. Or the professional, which is very expensive and something that I've not been dealing with yet. So this is what would be called a lower end hobby grade. I picked it up for 90 euros, which is pretty good. You'll see what I mean when you get in there. I've written it on my hand. We've got £78 and 108 US dollars. So the good thing about the Bezgar 7 is that you can also upgrade this car as well. So if the parent wanted to buy a few more upgrade parts, ta-da, voila, here they are. So anyway, let's see what we get in the box from the get-go. I believe, I'm not 100% sure that this is a German brand. I will have to check that out, and if not, I will write it on while editing. But the box itself is really good quality. Wow. So here we go. Right, controller, bog standard, a controller, nothing special there really. What we got? Instructions, we'll actually get those out and have a look. And, here we are. We have the little beauty. And that. So, let me get rid of the box. Anything else in there? No. So, I'll put the card to one side just for a second. We'll see what's in here. We have battery charger. Let's get you down so you can see. There we go. So that was battery charger. Batteries for the controller, that's a rarity. Okay. Spare clips, few spare screws, and a screwdriver, always nice. And a little card here saying the battery pack takes about 3 hours to be fully charged, and then the RC is able to perform. So there you go. Right, now let's have a quick look in here. Oh no, John can't get into a plastic bag. What's wrong? Instruction booklet. This is very detailed and very good quality actually. Quickly flick through this for those that lose it in the future, as what I usually do. This is currently the English version. And then onto the German. So, what have we got here? Oh, the guarantee card. Oh, I like that. And there's the parts lists. Upgradable wheels. Nice, love that. Bezgar 1, 7, 8 and 5. We are currently on the 7. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, wonderful. Now, job number one, let's just get some batteries in there. I will save those ones for later as I have these here. It is but 2 rather than the usual 4, and it tells you exactly which way to put them in. Do we have power? We don't have power. So I said it tells you exactly how to put them in. Did I put them in the wrong way? So, turns out I could in fact have just put in batteries that have no power, so I will use theirs. Ah, we have power, so mine were in fact empty. Right, and now we get on to the good stuff, ladies and gents. Here it is. So make sure we're in focus. Nice. The car itself is what you expect for sort of 90 euros. Look at that nice little on-off button location. Oh, how many times we've got to stick our fingers in and try to get to the on-off button. This is definitely not oil-filled shocks, so I would suggest at least upgrading them at some point, as you can see. But again, this is for parents just to buy their kids to get out and start bashing with it, so I'm gonna have to see what's causing that. Let's open it up and you can see what's in here. There you go, and as you can see, oh, that's nice to see. Not nice to see that it's connected, but nice to see. Why does that keep on clicking there and staying? Oh, okay, it's just me going a bit mad. Warning, burn hazard, do not touch. Okay. Right, firstly, let's have a look at the battery. This is well, it's actually a 2-cell 800 milliamp hour battery, which in theory means you can put in a much bigger one if you can find somewhere for it to go. So it'll be interesting to see how long this battery lasts for. So much so, I am putting it on charge right now. Done. I have a charger by the side there. We will plug it in and just give it a quick run. Tiny little motor in there. It's brushed, not brushless, and the what have we got there? ESC and servo into one, and here we have the servo. Now, those of you that have watched the channel before, you know I'm not very keen on the non-adjustable steering as what you've got here. But I did notice on the SG models that I've been reviewing that sometimes with the smaller cars you don't really notice or care about that, but they're easy to swap out if at some point you want to do that. I mean, it is exactly what it is. It's a car that hopefully can take a beating. Right, that is now stuck there. What's gone on here? There is something that is causing that to stick. I think it's actually in the shock. There's something in the shock, so that's absolutely shocking. I will have a quick look at that while we are here. So those that potentially have this problem, I can't think what that could potentially be, but we will have a look anyway. Now, I received this car incredibly quickly. Make sure when you're ordering from Amazon that you click on or only select the one that says shipped or fulfilled by Amazon so that you get it nice and quickly. Okay, so neither of them are causing the issue. Maybe it was just something that was binding up because it's brand new. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know what's in here, to be honest with you. We will have a quick look. If I can, in fact, get into it. Turn it. I mean, I've obviously turned it because you can see that we can no longer see the screw holes, but I understand what parents are thinking in regards to not wanting to wait for packages to come from China, and of course the issue of what if there is something wrong? You have to send it all the way back to China. So I do appreciate that. I do get that theory. Okay, that is just friction based. And there's absolutely nothing in there that would be causing it to bind up, so that's fine. I can put that back together. Don't know why I've been turning it. It's obviously just a slide on one. Look at that. I've been twisting it. And it just slides on and off like that. See, that's why we do this. I break it so that you don't have to. Just quickly back concerning the shock. It has sort of caught up again, but I know exactly what the problem is. You see here, these two screws either side are a little bit too long. Come on. The company should really know this. See, they're sticking out and then they're getting caught on that screw or on the actual shock itself. So the simplest solution is just to put in smaller screws, which is what I'll do now, and I will contact the company tomorrow to inform them of this fact. Because that's just a little bit silly. That's a simple fix though. So if you've already bought this vehicle, that's a very simple fix. If you're thinking about it, it's literally 2 screws on each shock. I've only had it on this shock with a problem though. Very weird. Okay, I just wanted to update you. Okay, welcome back. I didn't actually have 2 smaller screws, so all I've done is put an M2 washer on it. Looks actually quite cool. I know we shouldn't be having to do this with a brand new car, but I don't want to recommend a car to you guys if I haven't told you everything that I think is good or bad with it. So that's why I'm showing you all, and the fact that it's a very simple fix means that it's not really going to affect what I think about this car. As a parent myself, and as someone that's been in the hobby again for the second time in my life, I was when I was younger, I would upgrade to oil-filled shocks. It's just a smart thing to do. They change the whole experience when it comes to driving these things. So if you're thinking about buying this for your kids, maybe worth spending another, I don't know what they are, probably around €10 to pick up the oil-filled shocks. For sure. It's what I would do, just because. So, did I say how long it took to get here? I said not very long, didn't I? I'm not sure. I've had quite a few packages arrive lately, but I think it was about 6 or 7 days. I think. There are different positions that you can place the shocks in as well, which is always nice to see. It gives you some options for setup, whether you're thinking about driving on gravel or driving on tarmac. I'm going to test this in 2 ways, and I say I as in my son's going to help me test this. He'll be the test driver today, and we're going to be driving it on the roof, just because you know, a lot of parents are going to have some sort of concrete area around their house, and then we'll take it over the gravel and see how it handles there. I don't know the speed of this. I'm assuming it's quite good. That's bouncy, is it not? Look at that. Woo! So, right, I wonder if I have any shocks, but I'm not going to put shocks on, new shocks on this now, because we want to see what it's like out of the box. There's a little connector there for LEDs, I assume. So, let's turn it on. Battery here. And then the little button at the side. I do like that little button at the side, I've got to be honest with you, that is so handy. So let's have a look. Steering. Oh, that's quite responsive, isn't it? Wow. I expected that to be a little bit bleh. And we have And let's go. Oh, that sounds smooth. Doesn't that sound smooth? Oh, it's got a little kick to it. Like that. Right, so I'm not going to go into much more detail of this because there's not really a lot more detail you can do. It's what it is, isn't it? I do like the shell, I've got to be honest with you. I'm confused about one thing, and that's just me in general, because the box says Bezgar 7, yet my car says Bezgar 6. Oh no! Have I been ripped off with either an older shell or an older car in the box? I don't think so. I think this is the car, the Bezgar 7, but the design department's messed up a wee tad. It does say IPX5 on the side, and that also is confirmed on the box itself, where it says, let me read it for you, IPX5 waterproof level. So basically splash proof, low pressure water jet resistant. So in other words, you can give it a quick clean after it's got all muddy, but please don't go spraying it in all of the electronics. I'm actually looking forward to getting this one out. I'm actually looking forward to my son getting this one out. So I think the best thing to do is wait for that battery to charge up, and then we will get it out. As I said, I'm going to go and set up a nice jump so we can have a little bit of fun with that. And then we'll, as I said, we'll get it down to the gravel, because the gravel's always a good place to sort of see how these cars are working handling wise. Don't know that. There we go. Okay, well, I'll see you all in a few minutes. Okay, here we are outside on the roof. We have the car turned on. We are ready to test it. The official test driver today is Colin.
Hi.
Good morning, and let's see how much fun this car is or isn't. Go! Alright, let's not scratch the top of it already. Okay, let's see how fast it goes. Go! Whoa! Not slow, is it? Go! I thought that was going over the balcony for a second. Go! Seems quite nippy, isn't it? Hello everybody and welcome back to the Blue Bat. I'm doing something different this time, which I don't usually do. I'm going to be wrapping this video up before going to the gravel. The reason being for that is we have just tried to beat the crud out of this car, as you can tell by, well, firstly the footage. You've seen the footage. It rolled, it bashed. Colin managed to hit me in the privates and as well as hitting the stone head on, and the end result is no damage. Obviously there are a few scrapes and whatnot, but when you consider that this went in at full speed, boof, there is no damage. Now, a couple of things that I do want to mention because I feel that they're quite important is, one, the problem that you've already seen that I recorded about the shock binding up, just catching on the length of those screws, shouldn't happen. It's a simple fix, something that we can all do, but I will be contacting the company tomorrow. Secondly, I was wrong concerning the company being in Germany, but there was a simple reason for that, is that where I bought it, they actually said Germany on the advert that I noticed has just been changed. But the company is Chinese, but they have a German representative. Which is, actually I'm going to bring this up so you can all read it easily. As you can see, European representative, which is why I got a little bit confused. So as I have Bezgar's direct email address here, I think I will just contact them directly and inform them of that fact. Now, runtime has been long. We recorded lots and lots and lots of video without issues. The battery's now back on charge, so I have it for going to the gravel. Colin liked the car a lot. It's wobbly, a little bit wobbly because obviously of these tyres, but nowhere near as bad as the A979B. You can actually steer this and it will go in the direction that you decide it to go to. Obviously Colin's driving today, it was a little bit suspicious. I think that he aimed for me personally, and aimed for the rock personally, because he went to a hard right and then a hard left and then hit the rock head on. But the car survived. It was, as you know, at the start it was bouncing a lot at the rear, and that was because it was wound down a little bit at the rear. As you can see, it's now handling a little bit better, but I still, if I was going to buy this again, or as I'm actually keeping it because I did pay for this myself, I am going to just change the shocks on it because it definitely deserves some decent shocks for sure. The price of €90, $108.78. Is it worth it? Well, it's a low hobby grade car, and I think it is, because I've seen the toy versions. The toy ones are up to about €40–50. So I think it definitely is worth the money, and the fact that if you're going to hand this to your child, you do not want to be having to repair it every 5 minutes. No one does. And look, I mean, Colin did his best to wreck this, and it's not wrecked. It's not wrecked at all. I mean, like, even the marks rub off. Seriously? So there you go. So what's going to happen now is we're going to get out to the gravel. So I will say goodbye and end the video as I usually would, but then obviously the footage for the gravel is coming up after that point. So I do believe this is worth the money. I do think it's a lot of fun. Colin seemed to enjoy it, and when I drove, I actually got to drive it a little bit. I actually thought it was really good. I'm going to drive it a little bit more on the gravel. So for fun and enjoyment factor versus price, definitely go for it. I purchased it from Amazon. I've checked on Amazon, and it's in all of the Amazons from what I can see. If not, I will be putting the Bazgar 6 or the Bazgar 8, the ones that are very similar to it, because obviously it's the same company and pretty much the same car from the pictures from what I can see. So run and buy it, ladies and gents. I wish you all a fabulous day today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Concerning this car, I will be taking it apart so I can have a look in the differentials and see if they need greasing up. But it sounds, I mean, look, sounds sweet. When running, it sounds really good. So Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.